Is Jason there? Because I
Yes, sir.
haven't heard him. Oh, okay.
I have no notes this time. It's probably going to result in more improvisation, so this might be a good thing.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. Star Wars Inception, Chapter 12, Schism. Betrayal! Leia Organa, founder of the Resistance and twin sister of Luke Skywalker, has forsaken her longtime friends and allies. Fallen to the dark side, her actions have proven detrimental and resulted in the death of Elsa Junto. Now, broken and battered, our heroes return to the Resistance flotilla, their only hope a small lockbox recovered from the grave of Shmi Skywalker. Will the bonds of friendship and shared purpose be enough to bring our heroes through this trying time, or will anger, guilt, and the sadness of heartbreak and grief tear them apart? As our story opens, the blind spot and Kirik's Tibbs shuttle are only just now arriving back at the flotilla. All right, so you guys are back at the Resistance flotilla. As the blind spot kind of comes out of hyperspace, on your sensors you can see Kirik's Tibbs shuttle kind of exit hyperspace almost at the same time. And then there's like all these other vessels jumping back into real space. And you realize it's kind of most of the fleet returning to from that previous engagement. You hear a lot of comm chatter. Everybody seems really upset. There's a lot of badly damaged ships. You hear reports of casualties and it's a trap and all this other bad stuff. And so you guys find yourself now docking up to one of the Nebulon B frigates that serves as your base of operations. And your Kirik's Tibb is kind of charred and his fur is a little bit singed and he's a little bit wounded. Both maybe his pride, his ego, his heart is broken from the death of Elsa. And then you have the crew of the Blind Spot who are coming back on board, and they're bringing with them a very badly injured Europa, and many of them are wounded as well. And so here you go. Malik, what are you doing there?
Malik is standing by the door as they dock, and he turns around and yells probably at Tess or R4. He's like, "Get her to sick bay," and then he's just waiting for the door to open.
Well, Kyrix exits his ship. As you say, he's very, very, very down because of everything that happened. Not much because of his wounds, but more because of his loss. When he sees Malik, he walks over him with a very sad face.
Malik yells down the hallway as the door, the hatch unlocks, and he walks down the ramp and peers at Kirix. And he yells, "Where is she?"
We were ambushed.
Where is she?
Unfortunately, she did not make it.
And Malik looks away and looks back at Kirix, and he's like, "What is the last thing you told me?"
I know. I'm really sorry about this.
So you guys are in the hallway, kind of this airlock, and I don't know, you guys have Europa on like a little hover sled or something like that. She's pretty badly injured.
Yeah, Tess would be bringing Europa, I guess, on some sort of hover thing. Yeah.
So Tess, with her bad self, kind of pushing Europa along. She's kind of like bleeding. I'm sure she has a bunch of equipment hooked up to her, and she's maybe in and out of consciousness. She might have a few words to say, maybe not. I don't know. It's up to you, Rivers.
Well, Tess is walking wounded herself, so
yeah. So you guys are both pretty badly beaten, and so from around the corner you hear this. You hear the kind of marching boots and stuff, and there are a bunch of medical personnel show up, and kind of with them is this figure kind of in whitish robes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you all made it back safe. I should have been there. I should have gone with you." And you, as he turns the corner, and he puts the hood of his cloak down, and you kind of recognize this as that. You know, you've done missions with him since you came to meet his acquaintance, but this is Joris Khan, that old exiled, barely trained Padawan that you guys found on Anoit.
The hermit, right?
Yeah, he's the hermit, and he's just kind of like starts to direct medical personnel, and he says, "Tess, what can we do to help? What do we need to do?"
And Tess indicates Europa. She's taking the worst of it.
A massive blaster bolt shot just ripped through her shoulder, right where her muscle would keep use of the arm, and there's a couple of blaster burns in her upper thigh that burned out through the backside.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so while this is going on, Malik and Kirix are kind of having to stare down in this very tense situation. Joris Khan kind of senses that you don't need to be a Jedi to kind of cut the tension in the room with a knife. And he says, the most important thing is those of us here, we still draw breath. And he looks down at Europa and Tess, and he directs some of the medical personnel to help them and direct them into the med bay.
Kirix calls Joris and says, "We need you for a more urgent matter. Please let the fleet know that we have been betrayed by General Organa."
At that, Tess sort of slumps against the hover litter. What did you say, Kirix?
You heard me right. She turned to the other side. She's now allied with the enemy.
Joris Khan narrows his eyebrows and he just says, "I have even more bad news. I feared that something like this could have happened." He says, "Our fleet's been decimated again. Those returning from the most recent mission are badly wounded. The fleet is in bad shape." And he kind of rubs his forehead. "We're outmatched," he says. "This was Leia's plan all along. Is that the case? How long has she been plotting this, Kirix?"
I have no idea. The only thing I know is that she tried to convince me and Elsa to join her. Since we refused, she attacked us. So I was not able to protect her.
At that point, Mox and R4 kind of round the corner and they're listening in as well. This very tense situation about what's going on.
Malik places his hand on the wall and kind of leans against it, and he looks sidelong at Kirix and he's like, "Let me guess, you tried to save the general. You tried to do something with your Jedi ways and not act when you should have. Is that why my wife's dead, Kirix?"
No, she's dead because... Does it really matter?
Malik flips off the safety on his rifle and levels it at Kirix, and he's like, "It absolutely matters."
Okay.
Joris Khan kind of raises his hand like in this picture and says, "Enough." He says, this is what the dark side is. It seeks to sow dissent among its enemies.
Don't worry, Joris. We are just talking here.
Malik's like, speak for yourself, and he brings the blaster up and puts it against his shoulder. He's like, you need to start talking now.
Kyrix walks calmly to Malik and puts his forehead on the barrel of the rifle and says, shoot if you want. If it won't change what happened.
And at this moment, I mean, even the medics kind of they kind of stop and they're like, "Oh, shit!" Like I don't know if a Jedi can stop a blaster bolt right to the head. This is obviously a very extremely tense moment going on here. So.
Now, what I want to say to you, what I want you to understand is that I tried and she tried, but unfortunately we were not strong enough and she defeated us. And no, I did not spend my time talking. I fought her. Unfortunately, she was stronger than both of us.
Malik, the rifle is shaking because probably his anger and conflict, what to do.
Tess very slowly approaches the situation, reaches her hand slowly towards the muzzle of the blaster, and lifts it away from Kyrix's head. You guys calm down. You've been friends for longer than I've known the two of you. Let's talk about this.
R4 gives a beat in like kind of in the assent and kind of in agreement.
A worried beep.
So as Tess grabs Malik's rifle, he kind of like, I would say probably like pulls the rifle away from her and kind of like tries to elbow her in the stomach as he like backs up and keeps pointing at Kyrix. And then he just kind of like takes the blaster rifle and flings it against the wall and just walks off back to the blind spot and inside.
As Malik pulls the rifle back, Tess holds her hands up and doesn't offer any resistance.
And Europa's obviously kind of there. Maybe she can see what's going on, like in and out of focus. As her, she has like some medical device on her shoulder that's stabilizing the wound, but she's kind of in and out of consciousness. So she very likely still, as a being of the Force, can sense the tenseness of the situation and what hangs in the balance. And she it's still very hazy for her what's happening. Kyrix, what's your mood like? What are you feeling?
Externally, you can't say. He is trying to contain all his feeling about the whole situation. When Malik goes away, he says, okay, we have wounded to attend. Please, let's go. And he's going to walk beside the apparatus that is carrying Europa and try to heal her.
Okay. Let's do our force pulls real quick, and then we'll do that.
I was going to say, to that effect, to an addendum of what you were saying, Jared, it's maybe because I am a dark side force user, and this is probably the first time Kyrix has seen me, and it's maybe like that I'm in and out of conversation, and like I'm like recoiling and trying to like raise my fists and like protect myself, but obviously I might have been either restrained or too drugged up at this point to fight back properly. So it's like the last remnants of some sort of trying to defend myself.
So I don't hear her. Why are you resisting?
There's like
I'm trying to help you.
there's like a deep, like a sort of like maybe you even feel it, like a almost like kind of a primal like a grunt almost, and like a you get the feeling of malice and hate and worry. Easiest thing to say as she's trying to like push her hands away from her and pick herself up, but obviously she's not going anywhere.
Carrick turns to the others. You brought a dark side user to our fleet? Is that right?
R4 beeps and whizzes and basically says that she was recruited by the Resistance.
Is that it? So we are now recruiting the enemy? Really?
The wounded Tess looks at Kyrix and says, Kyrix, she helped us fight Phasma.
It doesn't matter. She's a being of chaos. She's fighting for her, not for the cause. Honestly, yeah. I thought you guys would understand that the dark side is our enemy, and here you are, an ally. There is a dark side user. You do know this will come to me choosing if I really want to stay here, because I can't fight the enemy with my enemy by my side.
So Joris Khan kind of has a worried look on his face. It's he's less trained by far than Kyrix, even though he has a very good connection with all living things and nature. But everything is very ill refined for Joris, even given his age. And Europa has not been around long with the Resistance, and it's very likely too that the way she uses the Force, it's not like she throws shit around with her mind, right? She can leap distances and stuff, but it's not blatantly dark. So this might indeed be new information for Joris Khan. And at this point, he stays mum on the matter. And I need Europa to roll for the dice pool.
Oh, I forgot I was doing that. Yeah. It should be clear, Kyrix, that she uses probably the force within her, quote unquote, would be a little bit different than the way you would perceive it and normally would feel for a dark side user. She's a Night Sister of Dathomir, so she's like a little bit different, if you want to call it that. The way she perceives and uses the force is a little bit odd.
I know the sisters.
And Joris Khan would say at this point and say, "We have wounded here. Let us stay our judgment and talk to Europa after she wakes up." All right, so I have 4 dark, 3 light. I'm sorry. 3 dark, 4 light, after counting Sark's extra light point. So 4 light, 3 dark. So I'm gonna update the pool. Clear pool. So it's going to be 4 light, 3 dark. Boom. There we go. Okay. So Kyrix, anything else?
No.
And I didn't know about this double click thing.
Really, you guys have been playing for months and you didn't know about that? My God, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Especially when you're running a game and you have 12 sheets at one time.
We don't play frequently enough, really. We get out of the groove every time. But at any rate, hey, Kyrix, anything else?
No. He needs to think, so he will retreat to his quarters.
Okay. So everybody, what happens is Europa and Tess and anybody needing medical care goes to the goes to the medical bay. They get hooked up. They get all the care they need. I want you guys just to kind of tell like what you do after you depart. Obviously, Europa and Tess are getting patched up.
I'm gonna get healed. I'm gonna heal myself.
Okay. So you're gonna meditate.
Yeah.
And kind of by GM fiat, I'll give everybody everything back to 100%. If you guys want to update that on your sheets and tokens.
What about the blind spot?
Not the blind spot. Damage on vehicles is not going to repair as quickly, and that's going to play kind of into the plot a little bit.
Yeah, because it is really screwed up.
It's really screwed up, yeah. So Malik, you march back to the blind spot. Your head's hung. You're obviously just fuming. You almost blew Kirix away, but for some reason decided to turn away from the precipice.
Yeah, Malik is sitting in probably the co-pilot seat or the pilot seat. And he's just like looking out into space, just at the viewport, and he is just thinking what he's gonna say to his son, and he just sitting there blankly staring.
So R4 kind of turns the corner and just kind of beeps like a "Are you okay?" beep, like what's going on? Boo, 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 boo.
Malik just kind of turns and looks over his shoulder at R4 and kind of shrugs without saying anything.
All right, and we got a screen wipe, and we have this 2 back to tanks with kind of the blue fluid, and Tess is in one, looking quite ample, and in the other tank is Europa with her tattoos and all of her wounds, and they're kind of going up and down the back to tank, and eventually they kind of like are lifted out of it, and a medical droid comes and removes the endotracheal tube from both of them, and they kind of spit up, and they're wrapped in robes at this point, and they're kind of sitting in the medical bay.
Hey, hold on one second.
Uh-huh.
Test.
Yep.
I can still hear myself. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're good. Turn off. Somebody has transmit on roll 20. You need to turn off your roll 20 stuff.
Yeah, it's all off.
Mine's off.
No, that doesn't matter. Somebody needs to actually cut off their broadcast, otherwise you'll still hear them.
I think that was
that's
me.
a bug.
Is it better now?
Let me see. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Now I can hear myself still.
Then let me disable this. What about now?
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test. Yeah, I can. It's better. Nah, now I do hear myself. Hold on, I'm gonna reload roll 20. But let me see now if I can hear myself. Yeah, it's something with Discord because when I was reloading, I could. It's from Bruno. Because every time I
disabled it.
Yeah, but it's something in Discord because every time I talk, I see your thing popping up.
Is it better now?
Test 1 2 3.
Yeah.
This is a test. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm hearing echo.
Bruno, you might want to look at if you look down at like your name box on roll 20, it just might be a problem. If you can check something that looks like a speaker, try to like click it to where it's an X mark. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think
roll 20, but
I don't think it was roll 20 because when I spoke on Discord, I saw him popping up as speaking as well.
Okay.
And
well, I just know that
now.
Discord and roll 20 do mess with each other quite a bit. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems to be working now. Sorry.
It's working because I muted my microphone.
All right, moving along. So we have Europa and Tess kind of recently come out of the back to any words they want to say, any RP there. And by the way, guys, so thus far, best RP at the beginning of a game we've had, so it's good.
I think there's a moment where, like, Europa's probably the second one that comes out because of how damaged she was, and she ungracefully falls down onto the floor as the droid comes by to take out the tube, and she just kind of sits there on her knees there for a second and just, like, is running her head across her shaven or hand over her shaven head, and just is shaking her head and a little bit dazed at the situation.
And Tess sees Europa go to the floor and goes to help her up. Are you okay?
That didn't end up like I expected it to. And she, like, holds her head.
And Tess chuckles. The best laid plans end as soon as you make contact with the enemy.
All right, another screen wipe, and then we see Kirik's Tib.
Well, right now he has something to decide because once again he was unable to accomplish his mission, and this time someone died, someone close, someone important. So the first thing he would like to do is to go on exile, but he knows he can't just leave the rebellion. So he's kind of he's confused on what he's going to do. For now, he'll stay, but he has to settle the thing about the Dark Force user.
So as he sits there meditating, he hears a little beeping behind him, like a and a droid kind of peeks its head in and kind of interrupts Kirik's Tib's reverie. You can see a little BB-8 droid here.
Yes.
And then everybody kind of simultaneously, you hear your intercom kind of beeping, and then you hear a voice come over the loudspeaker. It says, "Attention, attention, crew of the flotilla of the Resistance. We've been betrayed. We've been assaulted on all fronts and suffered heavy losses. We've lost those dear to us, but we have new directions that we need to go. I call a conference in the main room of the Nebulon B frigate hopeful. I expect everyone there within the hour. Akbar out, and may the Force be with you." And the transmission clicks off.
Okay. Calix stands up and he says, "Do you have something for me?"
And the BB-8 droid just kind of beeps, and his head spins around, and he kind of wobbles, kind of expects Kirix to follow him. I don't know. He might surmise that he would probably follow orders and head to the conference room.
Yeah, I'll go after him.
So when Malik gets the communications, he doesn't answer it, but R4 does, and R4 relays the message to him. And Malik just kind of sits there apathetic, not looking like he's going to go anywhere.
All right, well, you'll have to make that decision because we're going to move on. So there's another screen wipe. And at this point, I don't know who's going to kind of come into the conference room and kind of obey what they're supposed to do. Malik's going to kind of stand in the blind spot and sulk. Kirix, are you there?
Yep.
So Kirix is there.
R4 is there.
R4.
On
R4
the
is there.
way there, Tess stops in the hangar bay and has some of the ground crew unloading her A-wing and prepping it. And then she goes on to the meeting.
Okay. And I'm guessing that you're going to have, give what you went to Tatooine to find. Who has that? Does R4 have that with them or something?
I think I would. I mean, it would be amongst my gear.
It would be amongst your belongings. So you have that with you, and you head into the conference room and stuff. And
yeah. Also, there are three things that we have. We have that one box from before that we grabbed that we never got a clear indication on. We got the one from the grave, and then we got the necklace, and that was it, I think. But the necklace is more of a personal item for me. But I was just wanting to remind you that we have 2 metal boxes, and then a star map, and then something else.
The star map thing is probably everybody knows that's what you. Well, you have 2 star maps, but there's the one. The lockbox that was in the lockbox, I think, is everybody kind of guesses that's probably what you were looking for there the whole time.
Hello?
So, yeah, you have that with your belongings. And Kirix Tib?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'll just attend to the meeting. Wait for whatever they got to say.
So Kirix comes in, Europa comes in, Tess comes in, Mox, BB-8 rolls in, R4 rolls in. There's Akbar, there's Joris Khan, there's most of the leadership of the resistance, and Akbar kind of looks around and says, "We're missing someone. Malik Rezek. Where is he?"
Unfortunately, he might be suffering loss.
Well, if you don't mind me speaking up and saying, I think the scrap box, the scrap heap, and she points to the R4. So I think he's here to watch for Malik.
R4 beeps a few times and confirms that Malik is in the blind spot and would not come. He doesn't necessarily say anything if he's there on behest of Malik or not.
But he would have the capability to kind of hollow conference in and let him know what's going on if he wants. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But
yeah.
So there's also we can say, Bruno, that your new character Will Lex would be in here as well as part of the resistance and kind of part of the upper echelon of that organization. So Akbar kind of continues and says, "Grief is understandable, but Malik has never been one to shirk his duties. He's always been able to compartmentalize things." And he shakes his head and he says,
I think even if it's not my place, like Ropa just kind of just stands up. She would probably have been sitting down. And she's in the same dress as before, the exact same outfit. It's just very skippy from the waist up. And she has a utility thing, a workman's work suit, but it's around her waist, and she just straight up says, "The man just lost his wife, didn't he?" Hell, I'd be livid as hell. I would be livid if I lost someone like that. He has an excuse. Let him be.
Akbar kind of says, "In war, things like this must be put aside. Soldiers die in war. Good soldiers die. But the mission must always come first." And he then continues, "Nevertheless, we will continue." And he kind of goes over the very sad condition of the fleet. They've suffered heavy losses to ships and to personnel. What they have remaining is in bad shape. They are not in any shape to undergo another engagement, either offensive or defensive. But then he says, "But our only hope," and he turns to Tess and Europa and Mox and who else was at that? On Tatooine. Everybody at Tatooine.
I think that says R4 and Mox.
Yeah, R4, and he says, Was your team successful? Did you find anything of import?"
And I think this is where like Europa kind of like grabs the bag that she had, and she like hands it because she's probably taken another seat just because of the relapse from the major wound, and she hands it to Tess.
Tess puts out the box. "Yes, Admiral. I think this is what we went for." Presents the box to Admiral Akbar.
So Akbar opens this box. He unlatches it, and inside is a data chip. He says, "A data chip." He says, "We need to find out what's on this." And he looks to Kirix. And he hands it to him and says, "I will give you the honor. Please put it in the data reader."
Yeah, okay.
So Kirix steps forward, takes it from Akbar's fishy hands, slides it into the data reader, and this star map pops up. So as this star map pops up, blue lights play across the room. It starts to slowly rotate. On Akbar's face, you can see the outlines of stars. On Joris Khan's white robes, you can see the letters of different star systems and whatnot. And on the star map, there are several pieces missing. But those of you kind of involved in this search for Luke Skywalker, you realize that this is the most complete map yet. There's just one piece missing. There's the sound of a ticking and an upload, and then suddenly a hologram appears. And it's a hologram, blue outline, kind of old Luke Skywalker. He has his cloak on. He says, it's obviously a recording. It's not a live feed or anything. And he says, "Greetings. My best to those of you that have discovered this. I realize that if you have come to my grandmother's grave and found this, then indeed things must be most dire." He goes on to tell the story about how after he was betrayed by Kylo Ren and his new Jedi Order was destroyed, he went into exile. He thought that the Force at that point was doing more harm than good in the galaxy, and that the powers they wielded should never be brought to bear again. However, he does know that the pendulum always swings back and forth from the light to the dark side, and there may indeed come a time where his great power was needed. And he goes over this, if you've been able to follow the clues and found this, then this must be a most desperate situation. Then he goes on to give you the location of where the last piece will be found. What's the name of that guy on Jakku? That white-haired guy.
Oh, the guy at the very beginning. I don't remember. Oldster.
If somebody can look that up for me, it'd be good. It's actually probably in my Evernote. No, I don't know what his name is. So he says there are some that are still faithful to the Force and follow its ways, and they can be found on this desert planet of Jakku. He says, "There's more. Just as there is more than meets the eye to Tatooine, there is more than meets the eye to Jakku." And he says, "Go there immediately, and then you will be led straight to me." And he says, "May the Force be with you." And the hologram just blinks out. Reactions, comments?
Europa is just like holding her shoulder, and like you can see that she like lifts it up, and like you can hear like the adjusting of joints and some popping sounds, and she rolls her head around on her neck, and she stands up. "Well, it looks like we're going. Insert plant name here. Oh, well, it was Jakku, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jakku.
It looks like we're heading to Jakku."
Kirix Tib, Fuel Lex, Tess, R4.
I'm sorry, but we need to discuss the presence of the lady here. She's a dark side user. She's a being of chaos. She's a sister of Dathomir. She.
Well, you probably don't know that. You don't, unless you've been privy to her knowledge. She hasn't told anyone she was a sister of Dathomir.
The markings on her.
How about a knowledge check?
Outer Rim would be suffice, I think. Well, let me look.
Either that or lore. Either one, I think, would be fine.
Knowledge. Lore?
Lore Santeca, yeah, that's his name. You need to add a difficulty, Holmes.
Oh, forgot about that. I
Yeah,
thought
so-
you were adding it. What's the difficulty?
It's going to be 3 purple and 1 black because of the situation.
Not to step on your toes, Bruno. Please don't.
Problem.
So fail, but 3 advantage. And how you want to use the advantage there?
Okay, so he doesn't say she's a sister of Dathomir, but he does know, and maybe she can show stress or something. I don't know. Maybe if he says something that gets on a nerve, irritates her, so she shows the irritation to everyone. Say,
Oh, you wanna use that like as God? Let me look at the thing. Some sort of like provoking. You wanna try
Yeah.
to? Let's see.
You can take some strain or something like that, I guess. But, I mean, you would obviously just kind of recover that at some point, but...
No, there's a... You could let him try to provoke me with like not cohesion, but something else, and then give me disadvantage on that, or difficulty on trying to cover it up with that success. I'm looking at, because that's what.
Advantage. Well, he wasn't successful, was it?
So
No, he still gets advantage.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know she's a sister of Dathomir, but I do know she's a dark side user. And his argument would be that since she's a dark side user, she's not different from the people we fight against. They are beings of chaos, and maybe in some way an assertive way that makes her angry or.
Let's just RP it. Yeah, just RP it.
Okay.
So Europa gets a little bit... It kind of pulls at your strings a little bit.
Sorry, hold on. I shall. Oh God, that's great. I shall taunt you a second time. Oh God, that's brilliant. You any of you guys get that?
I do not get it.
Monty
No,
Python.
me neither.
You don't.
But this tense discussion is interrupted.
Missile alert.
One of the a technician runs into the room. He says, "That star map begins to flicker," and he says, "Admiral, sir, our technicians have sensed an intrusion into our systems." He says, "What? How can this be?" And then suddenly another hologram appears where Luke Skywalker's used to be, and it is none other than Dark Leia.
Character stands up.
So
He's
in
obviously
the
very-
doorway, Malik's been kind of lingering and watching silently without anyone knowing, peering in from behind, and his eyes kind of go up to the hologram and doesn't really say anything, but he's watching, obviously.
So
Mox jumps to a
Leia,
terminal and starts
okay,
to
go ahead. Sorry.
counter hack. Oh, that's okay. Mox is just counter hacking.
Okay. So you're gonna start doing this. Tell you what, give me a see this. Do a daunting 4 purple and a black. Mox on Mox.
Could I attempt? Would this count if I use my sense advantage, just like as like a? That way, if they're trying to get information from us, I could just like hinder them from afar.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like you see that like when Leia pops
Well,
up,
up to extreme range, she's
quite a bit away.
yeah. But keep that in your back pocket.
Okay.
So as Leia's hologram goes up, before she even starts to talk, Mox immediately goes to the keyboards and starts his fingers start flying over the keyboard, and she starts to talk, and her image starts to waver, starts flickering and stuff. He's successful, and she says, "Greetings." And she starts to talk, and then she kind of looks down like, there's probably somebody else in the room. And she says, continue the broadcast. Get all the data that you can. And she says, she looks a little bit hurried at this point. And she says, I wanted to take a longer time to chat because of all the old friends in the room. She says, I'm sorry, Malik. She died like a real woman, threw herself into a burning pit, and was engulfed in flame.
Malik walks into the room and grabs Mox's hand and pulls it away, and he's like, let her talk. Let her have the information. He's like, I'll see you on Jakku.
She says, yes, let's continue to talk. Because as your technicians are surely aware, and as you surely have lost to oversight, I do have this flotilla's codes and security protocols. As we speak, this star map in front of us is being downloaded to our entire fleet. So go ahead, Malik. Tear him off the keyboard. Make another check, Mox. Fail. And Leia's image becomes clearer, and she says, I gave you all the opportunity to surrender. Thanks to Kirix here, now all of you will eventually die. And
like Ella will, you stupid bitch.
So Europa stands up and just shows defiance, and Kirix is doing what?
He was already standing up since the beginning.
Do you have any words for him? For her?
No, absolutely no, absolutely not. He won't give in to hatred.
Okay.
Those are big words from someone from a hologram.
And give me one last check, Mox.
Okay.
Don't fail this time.
2 out of 3, baby. Ooh. With threat.
Oh, God.
So Leia says, thank you, boys and girls. That's all we need. Goodbye. And she says in a mocking tone, By the way, may the force be with you. And she blinks out.
I think when that happens, it's like a reflexive, like Europa just kind of like slams her fist into the machine that's housing the star map thing and just like crushes it with like no effort.
Pulex stands up and say, Admiral, disband the fleet. Disband the fleet right now.
He says, why should we do that, Pulex?
Simply, they've got our position, our location. They can just attack us right now. Disband the fleet.
He nods to the, what are you, a Toydarian?
Yeah.
He nods to the Toydarian who's kind of fluttering at the other end of the table. He says, I can't argue with your logic, Pulex. Do you want to kind of explain a little bit of your background and how you might have come to the Resistance and what your role is?
He used to be a mercenary, but then he realized he was just being selfish instead, and just making things worse by being a merc. So he quit his group and joined the rebellion, but his previous group is now mad at him. Mm-hmm. Just a second, my son woke up.
Okay, so he obviously has a leadership role. He's kind of a face character, a general, a commander of sorts. And what's Malik's reaction?
Malik's like, they wanted to know where the last piece of the star map is. They don't care about this place. They care about Luke. He's like, let's go to Jakku and kill Leia.
And Akbar's like, he says, there's no reason we can't pursue both courses of action. We'll disband the fleet into deep space so that we can't be attacked in mass. He says, unfortunately, we don't have enough capital ships to mount an assault on Jakku that could compete with the First Order. He says, all we have is a squadron of X-Wings that's in flying condition.
Malik grimaces and he's like, the blind spot's pretty tore up, but it doesn't matter. Let's go, R4. If anybody's coming with me, come now. And he just like storms out of the room, heads back to the shuttle that brought him over here.
Yeah, so I think Europa.
Tess's X-wing or Tess's A-wing is obviously fine as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Europa like kind of.
Gonna let Malik go alone.
What's that, Tess?
Tess isn't going to let Malik go alone, so she follows after him towards the blind spot.
After Europa had sufficiently nailed this machine that Leia was being hologrammed out of, she just like looks at everyone in the room as it's like destroyed in two pieces just from her fist, and she just shakes her head and walks out with Malik.
Akbar says, we do have one advantage, and he says that the First Order needs to mobilize an entire fleet and massive force. You guys can get there either on the blind spot or the X-Wings much faster. He says, best of luck and may the force be with you. And then we kind of need to that this new BB-8 droid kind of rolls along besides R4, and they kind of clank against each other like they're kind of talking in droid talk, and they're beeping back and forth, and they seem to be fast buddies. So we're going to need to wait until Bruno comes back to see what Kirix and his new character Pulex is going to do. So this would be a good time for a bathroom break or whatever if you need one.
Did he step away?
I think he said that his son woke up for some reason, or
okay.
He must not have applied the bubble wrap tight enough. Europa's getting all sassy.
Yeah. Well, I did suffer 5 conflict last time, so... Well, no, it actually got downgraded to 3, I think, because I did selfish act. Yeah.
I forgot to roll conflict, so...
Though, as I go deeper into the dark side, it should get easier for me to resist that mundane... It's like being immune to the mundaneness, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm at 3 conflict. I don't know if you want to roll it now, just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, we can. I think we're making pretty good pace. We're about an hour in from when we started. Give it a few more minutes. That's late for him. It's a 12:15 his time.
What's late?
Instead, his son waking up.
Oh, yeah.
I think with our time change, it's a quarter.
What's that?
I think with our time change, it's a 1:15 for them.
Hello.
You're right. You're right. It's 1:15. Is he okay, Bruno?
Yeah, he just woke up, maybe a nightmare. But he's back down. He's back in bed.
He sensed Kirix's conflict. So everybody's heading off. Are you guys going to take the blind spot then?
I think so. I don't know what other option we have.
You have X-wings if you want. Blind spot's fine, but whatever you want.
Well, maybe we should... Well, I don't want to have everybody fly, because some of you guys really suck, right, at flying. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can fly under duress. If you need me to fly, I can fly.
Yeah, everybody can fly in the system. Like, the pilot checks usually aren't terribly, like, it's not going to be...
Well, I have 1
in depth,
proficiency in it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just worried about if we get into vehicle combat with X-wings and we have a bunch of people, because X-wings are single person, right? So they have to gun and fly.
Right.
So I don't know. Probably the blind spot would be best to kind of protect us from that kind of thing.
All right. So Kirix and Quill Lex, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to head with the blind spot? Is Kirix still set on going into exile? What are you going to do?
Well, Kirix is staying with Admiral Akbar because he's still not decided on what to do. But I'm just thinking of a reason for Pulex to join them.
They need leadership.
They also need light side guidance.
Yeah, Akbar looks at Quill and he says, Quill, would you care to join them? He says, he looks to his left where they've disappeared down the hall. He says, emotions are running hot in that crew. I know they have the passion to make this a success, but sometimes I don't know if their hotheads will get in the way of things.
Okay, boss. I'll go with them.
So
and then I go to the airlock that has blind spot. Say, ahoy, Captain.
You guys are all filtering in. There's R4 there. You want both Mox and Tess to come, I'm fine with that if you want.
Yeah, we might need the hairball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we might need him for engineering type of stuff.
Yeah. So this airlock is packed. You have R4, BB-8 next to him. Right next to them is Mox, and then you have Tess, and then Malik, and they're kind of going towards the cockpit, getting ready to strap themselves in. You have Europa, she has probably a dangerous walk. She's there, and then they all kind of turn their head and they see this Toydarian flutter behind them and say, "Ahoy, Captain!"
Malik turns around and do I know this guy at all?
Yeah, you've known him probably in a leadership role. He's maybe masterminded some attacks or some raids on facilities. A pretty competent guy and well respected.
So Malik just looks at him and nods, and he's like, "What? We're getting out of here."
Mind if I join you?
He's like, shrugs. He's like, "Don't mind at all. Get in."
Okay. I'm gonna just grab my backpack, nothing much, and just flutter in the ship.
Okay.
Great.
All
Now we
right.
have a bird brain.
Malik just looks
He's
at
not a
Europa.
bird. He's like
Insect, yeah, I know.
a winged elephant.
That's disturbing.
Malik looks
I
at
will-
Europa and he's like, "Whatever it takes." And he heads to the cockpit and helps Tess with the pre-flight checks before they get underway.
So there's another screen wipe. The ship has taken off. It's made its way to Jakku. You guys locate this village on Jakku and this man named Lor Santeca. And you guys are feeling very fortunate. You guys, you only had to take the blind spot and get there while the first order is behind. And you meet with this guy, and he's kind of the village priest, to, I guess, in a manner of speaking, of this kind of the Church of the Force type of deal. And he hands. So what are you guys doing? He kind of says, I'm glad you made it here. Master Skywalker told me this day may come at some point.
I'm kind of lost. Why are we here? That's off character.
What's that?
Why are we in Jakku?
Did you miss the last half hour?
We're basically here to get some more information. This planet has the last bit of information we need to find Luke Skywalker, basically.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last piece of the star map. So just like the movie.
Just like the movie. So that star map came up. There's a hologram of Luke Skywalker, and he kind of went over how he kind of left this trail of breadcrumbs in order to find him, and that since you made it this far, he was going to give you the last bit of information, and he told you what the coordinates are to Jakku. He gave you Lor Santeca's name, and he said kind of basically, go there, find the last piece of the star map, and then that will lead you to me.
So we've already traveled and we're already on Jakku.
Yeah, we just kind of screen wipe it. You're there.
Okay, yeah. I think because Europa's still new to all this, she's just maybe taking a backseat to this conversation. She doesn't really know what to say.
Malik walks in, and he's not particularly talkative, but he says, he looks at him and he's like, "That's fine." He's like, "But just so you know, the First Order will be here, guaranteed. They know what we know. So I suggest you get all your people to safety."
While Malik's saying that, Tess is looking out the door as if expecting them to show up at any moment.
So you guys are looking out this hut, and Lor Santeca kind of gives a very peaceful, kind of good-natured smile, and he says, "Everybody here is here for one purpose. We commune with the Force. If it comes to that, we know we've done our job." And then he extends his hand out to Malik, and he takes like a data chip, and he, like they do in the movies, presses your hand around it. He says, "Take this. I've been almost like Bilbo Baggins." He says, I've been wanting to relieve myself of this burden for a long, long time.
He's like, fine. He's like, get to safety. And he just like nods to Tess, and he's like, let's go.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't like this. They are coming, I know. You don't need to be a Force user to know that, hey?
Malik's like, what do you mean? We're not leaving. We're waiting for them. Let's try to set up an ambush. If Leia's gonna be here, so am I.
You do know you are jeopardizing this mission by setting an ambush, right? You can't expect that only 4 or 5 of us will be able to stop the First Order. If we set up a resistance here, they'll probably just kill us and kill the people in the village. So you're just bringing death to them.
Malik hands you the data chip, and he's like, go then.
So you stay and kill all these people. Come on. Can't be that stupid.
Malik, like, rolls his eyes at you, and he's like, I'm not going to kill these people. They're not leaving. That's their decision.
Yeah, but if you stay and shoot at them, they'll probably shoot back. And they will not forgive them to...
At that point, you guys hear an explosion, and there's you can hear like distant engines in the distance, and bright lights in the night over the sand dunes as you guys peek out the window.
Malik's like, good, they're here, and he doesn't wait anymore. And he looks at the old guy one more time, and he's like, you should go, but he doesn't wait for any longer, and he runs out of the hut and towards the blind spot.
Yeah, I think I'm fast behind Malik.
So you guys are into suicide, right? I think I have boarded the wrong ship.
Malik smiles, and he's like, you're probably right about that.
So outside, as soon as you guys go outside into the night, you can hear the distant sound of troop carriers approaching, and there's explosions and blaster fire and that sort of thing starts to happen. You start to hear people screaming, and you can see in the distance over the sand dunes just like flashes of light as explosions happen. You see a bunch of troop carriers. A bunch of troop carriers starting to land.
Wouldn't look like we were getting much chance to run. Wasn't planning on doing that anyway.
All right, so you guys step out. Lower Santeca's hut is this big one here by the bonfire. And what I'm going to do is I want Plilex to make a difficult leadership check. So 3 purple.
Is this where the blind spot is, or by these X-Wings?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. The blind spot's there.
That's fine. Just figuring out where we gotta go.
What the? I can't find the dice section here.
It's on the character sheet, like the very top.
Yeah, I know, but it's not showing. Ah, okay. So how many purples?
3.
leadership.
Oh, sweet. So, because of success, I want you to be able to kind of go outside, and Quill goes outside. He assesses the situation very quickly. He's able to give some sort of order to the civilians in earshot, and I want you guys to have an advantage to kind of set your defenses up, kind of within a region like this. Nothing nothing ahead of these lines. Geez, how can I make let me look. Line. There we go.
Is this a gun?
It's like a tower.
Like a vaporator. So let's see. Freehand.
What color do you want it?
So you can, anywhere behind this line, you guys can deploy yourselves if you want. Can you see that?
No.
It's on the GM layer. Are you talking about like past?
There we go. Behind that.
What are these? Just barrels? Nothing that's gonna explode?
I don't know. Maybe.
Gee. Did they have the word Acme written alongside it?
Yeah.
Let me copy and paste your tokens, guys.
How tall is this wall? I
I
guess
have them all set up for you.
something like 2 or 3 feet. Just enough to get behind.
Yeah.
So I could leap over it if I needed to.
Mm-hmm. Actually, why don't you guys just put your tokens down wherever you want?
Right in there. So I'll start.
So Quill runs out and says,
Go on. Get those civilians out of here. Run.
so a lot of these civilians up in here, they're able to they start to flee. They start to flee, and they run out and kind of start to go into these into these bungalows. Okay, so they're kind of out of harm's way, and then
do you mind fixing my token because it's like tiny. It's like right next to what's his face? I don't see his character sheet. I don't remember his name, but it's Bruno's new character.
I see it.
It's like
that is a tiny token.
Well, let's not make her that big. She's a tiny little thing.
You have access to it, right?
Yeah, I can move it, but I can't resize it. That's okay.
So wounds. So if you guys want to just for so green, set green is strain, red is wounds, and blue is soak.
That's what I do.
Okay. So Quill, we got Malik. Is everybody placed on the map?
Yeah, I'm
Smock's around. Smock's around somewhere.
Forgot about the monster.
The
He'd
Mox.
probably been on the ship. Maybe. I don't know.
Is Mox on the ship?
What about the
Yeah.
2 droids?
Yeah, that would make sense for Mox. So just
The 2
I guess just
droids.
delete him.
The 2 droids, because
True droids would be with you guys probably, unless you think not. Otherwise,
I usually leave R4 in the ship just to fly it if he has to, but Mox is there.
all right.
It
BB-8,
is-
that BB-8 droid's with you then.
That's fine.
Where is
Mox
him?
is on. Mox is on the ship too.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, guys. I want you all to roll initiative.
Vigilance or cool?
Make sure you clear it first before anybody rolls. Make sure you clear it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we'd get a shit ton of rolls.
Here. And I'm going to just do this.
Cool or vigilance?
You guys are going to be vigilant.
Holy crap! At my roll.
Whoops.
Why did it? Why did it add?
Let me clear again.
Oh, you had extra dice in there. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, good lord, what happened?
It's a pretty good roll.
Should we roll again?
Yeah.
Well, mine didn't have anything extra. Mine was.
Why do I have extra dice? Clear that one off for me, Jared. I found out why I had extra dice.
All right.
I was
Done.
being silly.
Go.
One success, 5 advantage.
All right. Is that everybody? We should have one more, right?
So if I could ask something about the initiative system, with the advantage, right? I technically only have an initiative of 1, but with the advantage, can you convert it to something else?
No, you just that takes the second spot. So it's like, so your number would be basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15.
Oh, okay.
So as we put these in order, I think one more person needs to go, right? Or no? Because I only see 3 PC slots.
Did Bruno roll? Oh yeah, he did. He got a 13. I don't see Tess.
Yeah, she's there with a 2.
It's the very last one. Yeah, I rolled and I got a.
I only see 3 NPC or 3 PC slots though.
I got a 12 and it didn't count it. You see? I don't know why it didn't. Initiative vigilance.
Because you use the initiative.
Yeah, look at it. It says initiative vigilance.
All right.
So.
Who was that for?
I think it's
I'll just
Malik.
say
Malik.
PC.
He got a 1 and a 2, so, I mean.
Let's just do this.
That's fine. That's
let's
fine,
do this
because
and then
that would be last anyway.
say descending. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So PC's up first. So these guys are coming from their ships. They're storming down.
Let me go first.
Okay.
All right. Quill goes.
I'm gonna use my command, my field commander, so that people, if you guys want to use an extra maneuver, you have that option. Just one strain, okay?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Damn, I forgot to add the difficulty. It should be two purples. So 1 success, 1 advantage. That means
You still succeed. 1 success, 1 advantage.
yeah.
I don't think you can do anything with 1 advantage. I think you need 2 to get anything.
Now, okay, so if you guys want to, you can spend a strain and perform one free maneuver.
For everyone?
Everyone.
Nice.
My presence is 4, so you guys are 3, 4 with Mox, so I guess it.
Man, this is gonna get disgusting. This is actually gonna get disgusting.
This is kind of to scale a little bit. So I changed the scale on this. So like 1 maneuver is around like 25 meters, we're going to say. 2 is going to be around 50, just to help us a little bit.
So 25 meters is our short range, and then 50 would be medium, and then okay, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Yep. And then to look at that, in like an easy way to do that too, which is kind of neat, is we can do. So like if you play around, I'm sure you've done this, Rippers. If you just make an aura on yourself like that, can you guys see that?
Nope.
Oh, the reason why we can't see it is you need to click the token.
Let's see. What do I need to put? Like show.
You need to hit show, yeah. So like the reason why our tokens don't have our names on them is because you need to hit the show the player's box.
So how do I let you see the?
There's
aura?
a second when you open the token configuration page. There's a second tab, and over there you have to mark the first column on everything, so that we can see everything.
I mean, I just did it to my own, and I can see.
So you can see that. You can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes it messy, but just, I mean, like I guess we can do that if we had a real question about stuff, but it's easier if we just eyeball it. It keeps things moving quickly.
Well, I mean, you
Okay.
can. I can see my own.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. So.
All right. So Quill goes. You do that leadership check, and then are you gonna do anything else?
And no, I'm just saying, I'm just screaming, "Come on, guys, get to cover, get to cover!"
Okay. So NPC.
Oh, and my maneuver is to get to cover.
So you take cover behind this.
Yeah.
Behind this barrier. Okay. So let's see here. We're going to do these guys, and they're going to move. These guys are going to kind of move to cover here, behind these barrels, and they're going to just open up on these civilians and just start mowing them down.
Oh, they are not gonna like me.
And there's just blood everywhere, like in front of your faces. There's just like brains going everywhere, and just all those civilians are just like wiped out, and they're just everybody's fleeing around and that sort of thing. There are some people with weapons nearby. These guys here, and they're kind of shooting aimlessly. They could use some leadership to maybe focus on the target. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But that was that NPC's turn. So next PC group.
We got 2 PCs in a row. Probably should just let me wing a grenade before anybody gets in melee range, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So, can I throw a grenade into these guys or these guys? 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think if you move up to that wall, you can probably.
So that'll be my free maneuver.
That's kind of medium range.
Yeah.
Well, grenades are kind of short range, so you can't quite reach them.
You can go, throw, and come back. You just spend 1 strain.
Yeah, you can do that.
So how do you do the line?
So on the left-hand side, there's a tool below the.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll move out to about here. All right, so yeah.
Spend your strain.
Maneuver.
So there's fire, there's bolt everywhere going. Malik is just like in blood rage though, because he doesn't give a shit anymore. He runs out, he reaches down at his belt for a grenade, and what does he do?
So he hops the wall, runs out, grabs the grenade, and just like pitches it overhand right into the middle of this area, just like right towards the center of it. And I need to roll. So. Let's see. So that's light ranged, right? So this guy. So what's the difficulty on that? 1 purple.
It's 2 purple.
Okay, 2 purple, and then
Should be 1.
Yeah, it's short range, right?
Short range. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what this it's range short, right? And let's see. Hopefully, the roll works. Yeah. So what's the crit on these things? 3. So 1 crit at least. Does damage of 13. Blast of 4. Pierce 3.
Pierce 3, so okay.
With 1
so
crit.
Pierce 3, so they're going to have 2 of soak. So how much damage? Let's do the damage first.
Damage would be a total of 16.
It'd be 16. Okay, 16. It's going to be what's the Pierce 3?
Yep.
So it's going 16 minus 2, which is they're dead. They're destroyed. So all 4 of them just go. Like they did a good job of this in The Force Awakens. They just they blow up in the air, head over heels, and then Malik, he heads back to cover.
Let me see. He might not. He's pretty. Yeah, that would be right out in the open though. Yeah, he's not that dumb. So he just flings it and then turns around and jumps back over. So I take 1 strain for that, right?
Yeah, sweet maneuver, all right, another PC's up.
Who wants next?
I think you take 2 strain, don't you? Take 2 strain or 1?
One.
1, okay. All right, PC's up.
It doesn't matter who goes, Tess. You can or I can. It don't matter.
Well, Tess will pop out here. Well, first off, can she see through this fire to these guys?
Yeah, but if you're going to shoot through that, there's going to be a setback.
No, we'll take the setback. We'll stay here. We'll aim. Shoot at those guys.
These guys here?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So 1 setback for the fire?
Yep, and it's going to be, 2 purple?
Yep.
Are these guys going to shoot?
They're waiting for somebody to rally them.
I'll rally them next to us.
Holy cow.
There you go.
There you go. All right. What's your damage on that gun?
7.
So
that's
7.
10.
10. They have a soak of 5, so they take 5.
Okay.
And then you have 4 advantage, so you can kill another one if you want, which would be another 5 damage.
Okay. That works.
And you have 1 advantage left to spend.
And we will pass a blue die to the next player up.
All right, sweet. All right, next set of PCs are up.
That says NPC to me.
That's what I meant. Sorry. So this guy's going to move here. He's like, go, forward, for the first order. And let's see. They're going to take out more civilians. Just going to start butchering them. All these guys are dead. So there's just basically, you guys, the only civilians that are left at this point are the ones that Quill told to run early on, and this entire forefield of the battlefield is just filled with smoking, burning bodies. You can smell the stench in your nostrils. All right, next PC.
That'd be me.
Let me.
I haven't
Not
went
another
yet.
round.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll my force die to see if I can jump over there. Definitely. So
Yeah.
I'm going to use one of those to jump over there, and I'm going to use the second one to make it medium range. So I move there in one maneuver.
So over the smoke leaps Europa, just bounding through the battlefield.
I think it's like I'm right next to Tess, and I say nice shot, and as she shoots through the flame, the blaster bolt cuts through the flame, and then I just come flying through after it. And I've got my as soon as I land, I push myself off the ground, and I will strike at these guys. It's like a vault, basically, just
So
my fist.
You use your momentum, you land, kind of spring off the sand, and just go into them.
Okay, let's see.
So that's going to be just a 1 purple.
And I get 1 blue die.
Yeah, you do. Yes. So you can use that. You can use that force die as either a success or an advantage.
I'm going to do it as an advantage and make it a triumph.
Yeah, you mean like a crit? Just take.
Yeah,
you basically have enough to kill the remaining 2 troopers.
Well, I think on that, because I'm using my vibro knuckler, so the first dude, as I come through the smoke, there's smoke surrounding me, and I just slam this bladed fist into his face, and it just almost decapitates him. And
so blood starts to run out of his neck piece, just streaming down his breastplate.
The vibro knuckler does 4 damage. Yeah, and 2 at criticals. So
he's dead.
And then I think with that, I get a free maneuver, and I'm going to take... Well, not free. I got to take strain for it, but I am going to...
Don't get out in front of him.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like
that
last
was...
time.
She is going to hop over here. Or hop right here, really.
I'll let you do that. That's cool.
I need to take a strain, and that's a short one, so I don't even need to do anything.
Yeah, you just run if you wanted.
That's not as cool.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'll hop right there.
So those guys are laying dead on the sand. Their blood spilling into the sand, soaking it. So now we're in round 2.
Can I do an incidental? Can I calm for R4 and Mox to come and land the plane right here?
Mm-hmm. They can start getting the engines fired up if you want. It's going to take at least a round for them to, get the system started and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I go?
Yeah.
My maneuver takes me here, behind cover. And then...
we're not back to the top yet. There's some events that happened in between rounds.
Oh, okay.
So you guys hear this... sounds of TIE fighters approaching, and you can't see anything. You just hear them, and it just gets louder and louder and louder, and then it dawns on you that there's going to be a strafing run. And Malik, I want you to do another incidental because you can see lights over the desert, and these TIE fighters are heading straight towards the blind spot.
Okay. So what do you want me to roll?
You can just get on your comm and say, try to get it to go, evacuate, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I would tell them they're coming their way, and they're going to start firing. So I leave it up to what they want to do. But I was like, there's TIE fighters inbound on your position. Either get out of there or get that thing up and in the air.
R4 would probably be saying there's not enough time to get this thing up and turned around to defend itself.
Then he tells them to get out of there.
And Mox is on board as well.
Yep. If R4 says we don't have enough time to...
So you guys, like in the distance of the desert, you just hear this. This TIE fighters fly by, and in the general direction of the blind spot, you just hear this explosion, and you can see the night just lights up. And you don't know if Mox and R4 got out. You don't know what's going on. And BB-8's kind of here by this vaporator, and he just starts to beep really sad because him and R4 have become buddies.
I try to reach R4 and Mox on the comms.
They're just static.
Alright.
All right, round 2. PC's up. Oh, there's another thing that happens too. So what happens now is, let's see here. Object and tokens. So you see these squads that have kind of advanced forward. They kind of break down, and there are two. They kind of say, "Hurry, deploy!" And they deploy. You see them set up these E-Web heavy repeating weapons.
That was a test. Sorry.
Can I go?
Yeah, you're a lot more than welcome to. I can go last every time. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll move here. So that should... and then I'm gonna direct fire using my inspiring rhetoric, average leadership check.
Okay.
So, who wants to act another time this round?
I mean, if you can do that, I can kill that NPC before it moves. Or Malik can. Doesn't matter. That one right there. And we knock out an NPC.
I thought you were going to have these guys shoot.
Nah, I can't. Okay, let's count this triumph as a success, okay? Because I have no use for that. Unless you give me a use, because Kill just says that each success causes one ally in close range to recover one strain and spend one advantage to cause one affected ally to cover one additional strain. But that's not what I want. What I want is the improved version that each ally affected by Inspiring Rhetoric gains blue dice on all skill checks for a number of rounds equal to ranks in leadership. That means 3. So these guys here, 4 of them will have one blue dice for 3 rounds, okay? And I tell them, focus fire on this guy here.
Jared, if you don't mind me asking, what do they have? What is that thing that he has, or that those group of stormtroopers have?
They're big, heavy repeating blasters, E-Webs.
Oh, so they use the gunnery skill?
Yep.
Oh, hey, Malik.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
How would you...
Yeah, they're not. They're. Yeah, if we can get to one and I can swivel it, it'd be fine for this.
How much does those weigh?
They're huge. They're like,
Yeah, you can't take it. It's there. It's like it took like those groups. Like there's like a couple guys carrying it, and now they just used kind of their in between turns to just deploy it. Like the squads that deployed them might have had like 4 guys, and earlier when they were advancing, 2 of the guys were firing. There's 2 other guys just lugging this thing.
can I
Okay,
turn
so
it?
Yeah, you can turn it 360, I think.
Okay.
I might be strong enough if I commit my force die to it. I might be strong enough to just like manhandle it into position for you.
So
it's like-
Boyle, though, what are you doing then? You want the
I'm directing the fire of these 4 guys to the E-web right in front of us.
all right?
Each one of them has a blue die.
All right, let's see here.
They could do suppressive fire, but
They're just going to fire as a team. So they hit 9, 10, minus 5. Triumph. So let's do this. So they start firing from behind this barricade, and one of the troopers that's manning this thing goes down, and then another one rushes to fill its place. That one goes down too.
So there's only one there.
There's 4 guys manning it. Some of them have blasters. A couple of them have the actual gun. So now there's one person on the gun and then another one with the blaster next to him. So you killed 2 of them.
The E-web needs someone regulating the...
This is how it works, Bruno. This is how it works for this encounter. All right, so you direct those fire, and then they're going to get blues for 3 rounds, you said?
yes,
Yeah,
for
3
3
rounds.
All right, so I'm going to have them act after you every round then, okay?
Okay.
And so then they kind of give up a rallying cheer as they start mowing these people down. They kill 2 of the troopers, and they're like, for the resistance, for the resistance. NPC's turn. Let's see, let me check down below here. Second round, first time NPC attacks. So as you guys look out across the desert where these troop carriers are located, you see that why I'm not able to select this?
Are you in the wrong layer or something?
I guess I had my guys kind of in the wrong layer. Yep. You see more troops start to deploy. Let's see. 2 flamethrower squads and 2 elite squads are spawned. All right, so
probably as like more troop carriers have like landed.
We got to figure out how we're getting out of here. We can't just sit here forever.
No, we can't. We need a distraction. If we can get one of those troop carriers.
Yeah, maybe.
okay, they're going to go at the end. All right, so these guys all start to deploy. These guys all start to deploy this round. And at this point, let's see here, what's going to happen. The NPC. So this wing. So these guys both advance. And Tess, you're in pretty good cover there, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, she's hiding in the crates.
It's like what, 2 blacks? 2 blacks, I would say. So both of these stormtrooper squads advance, and they both fire in Tessa's direction. They just.
I'm gonna give one of them because I think there are 2 more blacks. So
There's a
whichever
guy
one is-
here. Shouldn't they target him?
Yeah, he dies in the crossfire. He's a mook. He's a mook.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give. Are they 2 separate attacks or are they 1 attack? Jared?
I want to roll two separate rolls.
Okay, well, give one of them 4 black instead of 2 black.
All right.
As I like turn my head and like shout over my shoulder, "Tess, duck!"
All right. So the first one is going to be 4 blacks, 2 purples, blaster.
Jesus, really?
No,
There's something wrong.
no, there's something wrong with that.
There's way too many yellows.
Let me see what the problem is.
Did you not clear your dice pool? Because I found that doesn't.
It's cleared. There's no yellows listed. I'll just clear it again and see what happens. So, I mean, I don't think there's no yellows on the GM pool either. Let me try this again. I will make sure also that my skills are set appropriately. This dice roller gets buggy sometimes.
No, I still
I don't know why the hell it's doing that, man.
Roll it manually then.
That's so annoying.
What the hell?
Can you think of any reason that would happen?
I'd have to look at like your setup, but I think there's something wrong with your sheets. Just like maybe when we get the chance, just make me a code GM and I'll see what's up. See if there's anything
All right,
wrong.
I'll just roll it.
Obviously not
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah, it won't even let me clear the dice pool now. So, yeah, let me refresh my screen.
yeah. Otherwise, these are some fucking elite ass stormtroopers,
These are just normal ones.
dude. Like, I saw that roll and I was like, well, Tess, you're dead. I'm sorry.
Combat.
Malik can't handle 2 hot babes dying in 2 sessions. That would be too much.
Let's try it again. Still doing it.
That's still a lot of yellows. Yeah.
It's adding look how many purples it's adding too.
What's their dice pool? I'll roll it.
I can roll it manually at this point. See, so it's going to be 3 yellows, 4 blacks, and 2 purples. Let's see if this works. Yeah, fuck. I guess maybe if I do it as a GM, I just kind of want to get this problem figured out. It's kind of annoying as hell.
It's 3 yellows, 4 blacks,
Is it
2
just
purples.
you? That's the question.
I'm just going to roll it manually.
I'm just going to take a random shot and see if my dice is crazy too.
So just roll.
I rolled it.
Yeah, that's right.
My dice pool seems normal.
Yeah, mine too.
Let me try.
I think we just lost Bruno.
Yep.
He might have had like a thing that happens.
All right, I'm trying it one more time. Last time.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, still hit. It's 9, 10. It's 10 minus soak. On Tess.
All right.
And then the other one. Hello? Bruno? Okay. Oh, shit, man.
Do they really have 3 proficiency?
Let's spend a destiny point.
No, you need to roll 2 extra black dice.
It's only for 1. Wait, no.
I did
Jared,
4 for one of them and 2 for the other one.
You have 2 sets of NPCs going on 1 roll?
Yeah. 2 sets of 4 stormtroopers, so I mean this is not small time. That's fine though.
Let's spend a destiny point to upgrade one of their. Can we do that now, or is it too late?
I'd be okay with that.
Hey, Jared.
What?
Why just 2 black dice, 2 setback dice on this?
Because of the cover?
Yeah, but the first one was 4.
That's
Oh,
because
4 was because of me.
yeah.
What's
Well,
2
and
sets?
actually, didn't one of these guys have to shoot the mook?
No, the mook just gets caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, I have a thing that basically I can, once per game, give someone 2 black die. Bruno.
Let's upgrade one of their difficulties.
Yeah, the one that hit with a triumph.
I'll be okay with to re-roll that.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, it's up to what Rob wants, but I mean that.
I'm game. I'll spin the light side.
All right, spend it.
There you go.
So that second one misses. So Tess is over there. She's probably like, "I'm pinned down, guys. I'm pinned down."
Yeah, somebody needs to get over there and help her. If
No,
you
All right,
need-
PC's,
I can bring her here.
PC's up.
Yeah, maybe she should just maneuver and get over there.
Yeah, that may be the path of least resistance here.
That's easier than us moving over and then, because of the distance, we won't be able to do anything this turn.
I mean, I go next.
Yeah,
I could
that's
get over
true.
there, but
Yeah, but what's it gonna do right now? Make them come
No.
to us, and then try to. Do we want to try to make our way up this way eventually? Because I mean, they're just gonna keep spawning dudes.
I think I can get into a troop transport. But the problem is that like I'm gonna get shot the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what happened last time, right? Exactly.
But so I think if we draw them in, I can jump behind them and get into one.
All right. Well, I'm just worried they keep spawning dudes, but
Actually, so yeah, Tess just runs over here and dives over the wall.
So you take 2 maneuvers to get away.
Yep.
All right,
Hey Bruno, I got a question.
PC's up then.
With
Next slot.
with your movement thing, did that persist or did it go away?
Go away. I
Okay.
have to make.
So, okay, that's it. So next PC's up.
I think. I don't know. I think I'm gonna attempt to do that, the same thing I did last time.
do you want me to shoot this E-Web dude first and get him out of the way for you?
Oh no, I'm gonna go over there and hit him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right in the medium range. So
That's fine. I'll spin
Well, but if
strength.
Malik shoots him, can you jump out there and turn the E-web on the other guys?
Oh, that could be a thing. I could, Jared. Before I spend my point, could.
Can I take a strain for an extra maneuver? If he goes kills him and I move, and then can I shoot or no?
yeah, you can move, shoot.
Could I do it with the E-Web or? I mean, it wouldn't even matter honestly.
It's how
I
you
think-
want to handle it. I don't mind if I pass up my turn this turn for Malik to get an extra one, and then I go at the top of the order
I don't
next
think
time.
you can
I don't
do
mind.
that, can you?
Yeah, I don't think that's a
No.
option.
No, I mean
Okay.
I can spend a strain to get an extra maneuver for my movement.
Yeah, that.
So if you kill
Two
this
strain.
guy, I can move up and at least I can shoot at least my rifle from here and shoot these guys. At the very least.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll do that. I'm gonna get there, Jared. It's gonna take a bound and then another movement, but I'll be right here.
Okay, so you
Not even
force
another
leap there.
movement, really. Yeah.
I think you can go within medium range, so you should just get there. So you get there, but you also have to suffer. You have to suffer one strain, and you have to flip a light side point because you're a dark side user.
It's a maneuver for me. Or no, I'm taking.
Yeah, you still
medium,
have to use that light side point though, right?
Or what? No, it's just a maneuver.
No, you're not. You're just moving.
Yeah, that's just a move. Like, I don't have to use a force point to move as a maneuver with force leap,
You still have to activate force leap.
but that doesn't take destiny points.
No, but you rolled a light side point in order to use a light side since you're dark
yeah,
side.
yeah, that's right. Duh. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I'll flip a dark side point.
Flip. Yeah, flipped it.
So I don't know how, because it doesn't give me the option to.
No, you flip. You have to flip it. Just mechanically, since you're a PC.
It flipped a light side point.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I'm supposed to flip dark side points in the
No, you flip. That it's just PC versus the GM. So you flip the light side point in order to use the light side point as a dark side user.
Okay,
It's
that
confusing.
I see. The rule for that is optional
Yeah.
under the thing. Okay, all right, yeah.
And the Carrick says you take 2 strain. I thought you took 1 strain per pip used, but
Okay,
No.
yeah.
You spend 2 strain when you want to make an extra maneuver in the round. But my
it's not
ability.
an extra maneuver. It's a single maneuver using as force leap.
No, I was talking about Jason's idea of
That's fine.
using 2 maneuvers.
Right. That's
I-
2 strain.
I think this dice pool might not be right, but I'm checking it. So, no, that dice pool isn't right. I need a blue die.
And a purple, right?
You just want me to re-roll it, Jared?
Yeah. Yeah, just re-roll it.
Oh, that's a shitty roll. What?
So you leap out there, hit him.
It does 4 damage. Well, critical 2 success, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you using your augment power or whatever?
I can. I haven't committed the die, so I still can.
Right, isn't that why you rolled it initially? So, yeah. So you can just go ahead and use that. So you can use that as an extra success. So how many damage do you do? 4 plus 2?
4 plus.
B3, right?
Yeah. No, Vibro Knuckle gives you another damage, and yeah, it'd be 5 Pierce 1, Vicious 1. No, 6 Pierce 1, Vicious 1, I think.
6 plus 2 plus 1. So 9? Is this correct?
Don't call. Yes.
Minus the soak of 5 of one of these guys. So that's 4. All right. So you don't kill any of them. You leap forward and you hit him. He just kind of staggers back. He's like, "Oh, stand away, stand back, bitch."
Can you? Oh, never mind. That's a different roll.
I just rolled really shitty, sorry.
Yep. NPC. So this engaged E-Web, I'm just going to say that one of, they're kind of engaged. They can't act well. The guy that's not using the E-Web takes an unarmed swing at Europa.
Good luck, because that doesn't do any damage.
Yeah. So it's just RP it. Like he takes a swing at you and just block it and just like deflect it down.
Well, he can still roll, but
I don't want to roll. I want to move more quickly. So he swings, misses, and out in the middle of this battlefield, you see Europa kind of involved in this melee up here. So, all right, another PC's up.
Are we at the top of the order?
We should be. We should be at the top of the
Have
order.
Europa go again.
No, not again. Not this time, because there's still one last person on the previous round. Because the first one is 32.
I don't think Malik. Have you had a turn, Malik?
Malik
oh yeah,
hasn't
because
gone.
I was gonna go. Shit. Okay. Well then I'll just I'll move out to about here, knowing that I'm obviously gonna waste this guy. If I shoot the E-Web dude, what penalty do I get since she's engaged?
So it's going to be, I'm going to upgrade the difficulty once, and then it's behind the barrel kind of thing. So 1 black.
That's fine.
So
I'll
it'll be-
aim and shoot from here. That would be.
So that's still just a medium range. So you're going to aim, and it's going to be 1 black, 1 purple, 1 red. Come on, Despair, hit Europa.
Oh, don't do that. I can't guarantee your safety if you do that.
Damn,
Worry not.
that's good. So, yeah. So what's your damage on your weapons? Like 9?
9.
10?
Mm-hmm.
9 plus 4, it's 13. Minus 5 is 8. So they're wasted. So they're wasted. The stormtroopers actually, like Europa sees blaster bolts fly over her shoulders. They fall down the sand, smoking holes in their chests. And we're back to the top.
Let me get to that E-Web.
All right, so at the beginning of the third round, there are a couple things happen.
Okay.
Round 3, civilians and soldiers begin to be executed. We've already done that. Captain Phasma is spawned.
Kill her. Nobody likes her in the movie.
So she spawns. She moves to this vaporator, and like on this, there's like a mounted loudspeaker. She gets on this thing. She says, "Against us, there can be no victory. Surrender now, and you will be spared."
Yeah, I don't care. All right, so I'm gonna have Malik move, spend his extra, right? Spend 2 strain for an extra maneuver. Can I use this E-Web, or do I need to just shoot with my rifle?
If you're gonna move, I would say manning the E-Web's either going to take a maneuver or an action to like get it loaded up and ready to go.
Well, I already spent strain for another maneuver. I can't do 2, can I?
You cannot have 3 maneuvers, but you can use your action to like get behind that E-Web.
I'll just shoot from here for now, and then I'll use my maneuver next turn to get behind it. So, makes sense. So
Yep.
I'll just shoot this guy.
I'm gonna give you another.
Another.
What?
Another maneuver.
How?
You can't have more than 2.
No, you can get an extra one if rules let you.
How are you giving it to me?
It's
The
leadership
ability.
ability.
My
Okay.
leadership.
Okay. Well, if that's okay, that's what I would do.
That's fine.
All right. So then I'll use my gunnery to shoot. Can I hit Phasma from here with the E-web?
You should get the flamethrower first.
Yeah.
I don't have any armor.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna move next turn, huh? Okay.
E-web has a blast radius, so it should get
Okay.
both of them.
All right, that makes sense. I'll do that. All right. So what's my difficulty dice?
So it's that medium?
I think so.
Who are you heading to?
I would try to shoot the flamethrowers, and if it
Yeah,
has
that's
blast
medium.
radius, then so 2 purple.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 purple. Let me see if they have how I made them up. Let's see.
I took 2 strain.
Adversary 1 on them, so upgrade it once.
Okay. And then I will use my gunnery. My gunnery's pretty good, so here we go. Oh my god.
But you can activate blast. It should at least hit the first.
Shit. Just ran for a ton of advantages and not.
Yeah, so you can still activate blast.
Okay, well I'll do that.
What's the blast on it?
I don't know. You have the stats for the E-web.
I just don't have it listed. I didn't put that down.
Do you want me to go?
Let me
go find it.
Let me see if I did do it. There's a possibility I did. Oh, it doesn't have blast. Yeah, E-webs don't, just auto fire.
Okay.
Auto fire, Cummins of 5, Pierce 2, Vicious 1.
What is it? Is it a heavy repeating blaster?
No, it's E-web.
E-web blaster cannon.
I can't. This
is what I have written down here, so that's what we'll go with.
That's fine.
All right. So next, it's the elites and the flamethrowers that go. So let's see here. So you're behind this E-web here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say at least gives you like a little bit of a cover because it has like a little shield on it or something maybe.
Like one of those old school German machine guns from World War One.
Yeah.
Have like the faceplate.
Yeah, exactly. Let's find them. I have too many NPCs.
God, you would hate a zombie game, like a D20 modern zombie game. Like I hated myself in that game when I was running it. Oh god.
So 1 black, 2 purple.
Sounds about normal.
And I'm going to flip I'm going to flip a dark side point to upgrade. Oops, to upgrade. Upgrade my check. Not good.
So 14 damage.
10. Yeah, 14 damage plus a crit.
Okay, so that's with a psycho 6, so that's 8 damage.
Why wasn't that upgraded though? Oh, it was. Never mind.
One thing I might have. So your crit, right? I have some things. Where did I put them? Hold on.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and move. Go to the next one. So.
Yep.
So the flame trooper is going to advance into short range, and oh, that's a cool talent. Did you roll your crit yet?
What do I just roll? 1d100 or what?
Here, I'll show you. So if you open your
It's on the critical injuries page.
yeah, I can roll it for you if you want.
Critical injuries. That's it.
Injury.
Just
Yeah,
roll
do
critical.
that.
Roll critical.
Yep, and then say offset. Roll offset, and then you can add in your little modifier or whatever.
Offset 10.
Like -10.
All right.
What you get?
26 to 30. Discouraging wound.
What does that do?
Flip 1 light destiny point to dark.
Yes, good. So why don't you flip a point for me there?
Sure.
So who's this flamer targeting?
Malik.
I'm going to use a light side point at this point.
Okay. So I'm going to...
I took 8 damage last time. Okay.
Yep. So this is going to be short range, 1 purple, you're behind the thing, it's that. And we're going to upgrade my check once, right?
Yes. So
Upgrade my check.
1 black, 1 purple, 1 red.
Flame projector. And
I've been
nothing.
having this crap happen to me. I don't really know what's up with that sometimes. It's usually just, I don't know what's up with the sheet, but I've seen this before.
Oh, this is making me really pissed. Shit goes slow enough.
Just roll it again, because it just broke. Did you put in a non-numerical modifier in the dice?
No, I've had this happen a lot. It won't work.
Just roll it by hand then.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at my skill.
I was having this with Tess all the time. It was really a pain in the butt.
3. All right, so it hits. So that's going to be 11 damage.
So sick.
Yep, 5. Take.
And it says burn 3.
So
I have to look up burn.
Heal.
Difficulties just 1 red?
It was 1 purple because short range, and then upgraded once because of the light side point.
Gotcha.
Burn 3. I need to look up what burn does.
You have to activate it, and they inflicts damage over time.
So I could activate that with the 2 advantage.
So he takes base damage for a number of rounds equal to the weapon's burn rating.
So burn 3. So he's taking an extra 3 then?
No, he takes what's the base damage of flamethrower? 8, right? So he takes 8 for 3 rounds.
There's an action to put that out, actually. So
yeah, you have average coordination check on hard surface, such as a hull or spaceship, or an easy coordination check on grass or soft ground. I think that is soft ground, so you need coordination.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
So it hits you. Then is that on his next turn? He has to do that.
Yes.
At
Okay.
the beginning, it's on his next action, actually.
Okay. But does the burn take effect on like the actual hit, or is it the next round?
I think it's the next round because it wouldn't make any sense if it took sense now.
That makes
Yeah,
more
at the
sense.
beginning, damage is applied at the start of each of the target's action.
Okay, so yeah, he isn't taking the damage yet. So
All right. He's been hurt enough.
So how much damage did I take there?
11.
5 with your soak.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I have these 2 other guys to go. I think they're probably just going to advance. They're going to advance. I don't think they have anybody in range, actually. And now the next NPC is going to go, which I think was this wing here. That E-web, can it pepper Europa? I think it can. That's long range. It has long range, yeah.
Before you roll it.
Yep.
I'm gonna add dodge to that, so black die.
Plus,
Let me see.
plus you should have probably 2 black for being behind those barrels, I would guess.
Yeah, 2 black. So it's going to be 3 black?
I upgrade the difficulty check by that number, so dodge
Okay.
1, so upgrade 1 die.
That's going to be 3 purple and then 2 black.
Go ahead.
All right.
Now he upgrades it. It should be 1 red, 2.
I know.
purple,
I used the upgrade button per your request.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
I'm going to reload and see if this works, man.
That's not gonna change it, Jared.
Like, why would it just suddenly start doing this? I'm not going to look up every single thing in order to roll it. Okay. Let's see what my gunnery skill is. It's ranged heavy, right?
Range heavy, yeah.
4 purples. All right. 4 purples. Ugh.
It's missing 1 purple.
Yep.
No, it's 3 purples, upgraded once. So it's
But he's using auto fire, right?
no.
He's not using auto fire?
He's just shooting at Europa. Unless it has to use. Does it have to use auto fire?
No, you don't have to, but if you do, you increase difficulty by 1.
Yeah, I didn't use it. So that's
How much
what,
damage does it do to me?
16.
Holy shit. Now I'm almost dead.
Uh, 16. Now these guys get to go.
Already almost dead.
Join the crowd.
A lot
I
of
think
that
there's-
going around.
Yeah, there's 3 of us almost dead out of.
I'm just going to advance. They're going to advance.
Yeah, I'm calling the retreat, okay?
Next PC's up.
Retreat to where? We don't have anywhere to go.
Just scramble in
Surrender
the
is an option.
Just go, run into the desert, and let's just spread out.
Okay, alright, let's see.
I'm sounding the
Tess, it's your turn, right?
Yeah, it's Tessa's turn.
Kill that gunner.
you gonna do, Tess?
Didn't realize we were.
So,
Where's BB-8?
BB-8's kind of right around here.
Give him the thing, Tess. Give him the thing. Tell him to get away.
I don't know. Do I even have the thing?
No,
Malik has it.
No,
doesn't he?
I gave it to
I do.
Bruno.
Yeah, I have it. Don't worry.
Do the movie plot. Tell him to get away. Last stand.
Don't overthink too much, guys. Let's get moving here.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
because I only have 20 minutes to play.
Well, it's not gonna be done by then, but
Who's that?
Sorry, I have to.
We're waiting on Tess.
All right.
Just run, bitch.
Well, I'm at least gonna take a shot at these guys before I run.
just run, bitch.
Yeah, we'll take a shot at the guys there at the corner and miss with all kinds of advantage.
Fuck it. Flip a light side point.
Good grief, that's insane.
Do it. Flip the light side point.
You get automatic advantages for superior.
Yeah. The hell are we gonna do with all this?
Miraculously,
Look at the cheat sheet.
The shot,
There's a weapon.
the shot you did throws sand all over my body. It puts out the fire all the way from over here.
Well, you could have the advantage just be like consequential. So like when the Ewok fired at me, it threw sand all over Malik because of the explosion.
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Says the
Oh.
cheat sheet says 3 advantage target drops weapon they're wielding. That sounds good.
I could let you drive him back. You know, would you shoot this guy? Or
The one here at the, yeah.
this one. I would say they have to kind of retreat back up to here,
Okay.
and they're gonna lose their next action.
Okay.
You
That works.
force them to retreat. So they're peeking around this crate. Splinters start to fly in the air, and they're forced to fall back. They're like, fall back.
And then, as an incidental, she'll scream at Europa and Malik to get out of there.
All right, you got another PC up.
Maneuver to there.
Yeah, it'll be
Why are
me.
these people still here?
I think my incidental is to say
I feel like I didn't move the ticker.
get the object to the resistance. Don't worry about us.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we went to a different top of the round. So, okay.
Yeah, that's what she says. Get the star map to the resistance. Don't worry about us. And she is going to do. Malik, what would you rather me do? Take out this flamethrower?
No, I don't care. It's up to you.
Can I suggest? Use your reaction to put down the flames on Malik because he's gonna die next.
Well, I was going to use my coordination, which is
Yeah, but you will take damage before you have the option to put down the.
do I get soaked?
You
Yeah.
will take.
Yeah, you get soak.
Then I won't die.
And the coordination's in action, not a maneuver. Attack.
That's okay. I wasn't planning on attacking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna beat these guys over the head. Right here. The flamethrower guys.
So Europa vaults over these barrels and heads towards these guys and goes into their midst, and fists start to fly. So that's going to be against a. They have adversary 1, so it's 1.
Oh, let me
one red
reset.
instead of 1 purple. Just roll the red instead. Just 1 red die. Which is a despair. So instead of the threat, so it'd be pretty big successes and then a despair. How much the vibro knuckle do?
It does 7.
7, 8, 9,
Critical
10, 11,
2.
12. Does it have a pierce?
It has Pierce 1 and Vicious 1. Oh, excuse me. It does 8 base because I'll commit my die to this because I'm not jumping around.
15 minus 5 would be 9. You take out 1 of them. So you jump. Here, let's say this. So you close on these guys. You judo chop. Boom. You take out 1 of them. He falls. The other one's able to just have the spurt of flame go in the air, and you catch on fire and take the burn damage as part of this judo chop. That's how I use the despair. Or do you have another way?
I'm gonna take full damage from just 1 despair.
Despair is pretty bad. No, it wouldn't be a full damage. It would be like their blast rating or the burn rating. Which
I don't think that gets through my soak.
Burn. So it would be 8. Yeah, you don't have a soak at 8, do you?
No. With the bumped up brawn, I get 5. So I'll take 3.
Yeah, so you take 3. So you're like, just kind of lights on your. I don't know what's even going to catch on fire on you. You're not wearing any clothing.
And am I affected by burn or is it just damage?
It's just damage, I believe.
Okay, all right. And then I'm going to use my extra maneuver. Oh, no. I don't get anywhere. Okay, yeah. I'll stay right in front of this guy's face. That way he can't fire. Can't fire his ranged weapon into melee. Or actually, he'll take massive negatives firing into melee with that.
Yep. And then this next NPC I actually forgot to remove from the order. So, is there somebody that hasn't gone this round?
I think it's
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sound the retreat. So the civilians are safe. Let's go. Run. Then I'm gonna use my leadership to give these guys an extra maneuver.
These guys should be going again, right? These jabronis.
Yeah. They can go too.
Oh, who wants to act again?
Shoot, I will act again. Or no, Malik should act.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put out the fire and then I'm gonna maneuver. So I mean, I'm gonna end up back here somewhere.
because that triumph make one of you act again instead of just move.
Oh, act again? Oh. I guess I could. I don't know. I could get on the e-web and shoot these flamethrowers. I'm not sure how much I want to stand out in the open, but
yeah, you guys are in the open. You guys are gonna die if you don't run. So use that action to put out the fire, and then get the fuck out of.
Well, I mean, I can do that anyway. I can put out the fire and then move. So I don't know that I need it.
I mean, I can. Well, Phasma's gonna go next, so.
You really think you have what it takes to take down that boss with that many people around you? Just
no, I didn't
quit
say
it. And
I'm just playing my character. I know exactly why she's not going to run away. Not until people get back.
okay. Then I'm gonna spend my maneuver walking away, and I'm gonna spend 2 to walk even further.
So I can act again?
Yeah, and you
Okay.
guys have an extra maneuver.
Well,
Europa can have it.
what is Jared? What's my difficulty for smacking these guys again?
It's just 1 red.
1 red. That's it.
Yep. But that's an action. That's not a maneuver.
He said I get an action.
Yeah.
He gets an action. Oh, okay then.
With the triumph.
Yep. Then you knock down the last flame trooper there.
And I will look to Malik and can I like? There isn't a maneuver where I could try to like help him with that, right? I couldn't use my base maneuver to help him put out the flames, could I?
I don't think so. You could use it to pass the boost die to him. To
Okay,
aid.
well, I'll use my regular boost die or my regular maneuver to help him, and then I'm going to use the free maneuver that I get from him, from Bruno's character, to fling myself behind here.
Okay.
So you get a blue die on your coordination.
Yeah, I probably won't need it, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll take it.
Where's my dice pool? Oh, there it is. I don't see my dice roller. What the fuck?
Oh, sometimes it can get minimized. There's a little drop down that says Force and like Destiny and Dice Pool.
I really don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, disregard the red.
Yep. So you got a dark side point, so you're able to leap.
Yeah, I'll just leap to there.
That result is crazy. How come there's a failure there?
No, I just didn't take it off.
No, I know, but the dice roller can't be trusted because there's an extra there's a failure.
I think it's
there.
just telling you that you failed, and then there is a despair.
Oh, it says despairing failure on the dice if you hover over it, because it's got a circle and a triangle. Challenge despair. Well, either way.
Phasma's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Did the mooks shoot on Kirix's turn? Or
You
Yeah,
don't really need to.
He should.
Yeah, you can have him fire on somebody if you want, unless he wants to retreat.
Suppress a fire in here or something? I don't know. Or here. Something.
Those people, because they are closer,
Those ones.
just
Okay.
shoot and run. Remember, they have blue dye. Awesome.
That's a
They
good
kill
roll.
them. Very good roll. They kill those guys. They shoot on them and they start to fall back. I'm just going to say these guys fall back too, then they're kind of part of them.
Haul ass.
Phasma's going to stride across the battlefield, leveling her weapon towards Malik. That's what, medium range? So 25.
Yeah, it is just medium range.
It's medium, so what's that? 2 purple.
Well, can I
Don't
flip?
forget.
Let me see if I can flip a destiny, because that's about all I got left.
There's also the die you get from him behind the thing. So
Mm-hmm.
So I upgrade her difficulty, plus whatever blacks I have.
Let's see here. So awful. To figure out how to fix that bug.
I don't know what's good. This was happening with Elsa, big time. When I was testing her stuff, I was getting this like every single time, and I had to basically, take off the whole weapon and use a different slot. But I'm dead.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's the crazy yellow dice again.
It's because the GM pool wasn't clear.
I'm still probably dead.
So that one actually does a bit of damage. Her light repeating blaster is 11, 12, 13. That's 14.
Yeah, that would put me at negative.
you don't die until you double your regular HP.
So how much does it do total?
It does 11, 12, 13, 14 minus soak.
So I'm at -4. It doesn't even let me go into the negative as far as the... Well, I guess it does. I have to type it in, but yeah. -4.
We're actually only at the top of round 4.
Yeah.
So at this point, the retreat sounded. There's kind of people starting to flee the battlefield. Malik heroically stands and is struck down as a chromed figure strides across the battlefield. Europa looks on, wounded. Tess looks on, wounded. And a big black shuttle descends and lands. And out of it steps not Kylo Ren, but Leia Organa.
So am I unconscious?
You're unconscious.
Okay.
And she is flanked by 2 more sets of elite guards. And now, let's see. Whoops. It's actually a PC's turn. We're back to the top.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. I'd like to take this.
Go ahead.
I think
Am I still on fire?
No, I got put out because. Oh, you never rolled your coordination.
Yeah,
You should have done that.
I never got the chance. I got knocked out before I could.
Yes, you're on fire. He's on fire.
Yeah, I think
He's laying there unconscious on fire.
I'd take 2 damage each turn.
no. You take 8 damage. Oh, 2
Well,
damage
my
each turn,
soak,
yeah.
my soak. So
Yeah, no. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna fling myself back over to Malik. Fuck. We don't have any.
Nope.
We don't. Okay, yeah, no, I'll just make my way over there then.
So you can spend 2 strain then, to move then. That's
and
it.
I'm going. It takes my entire turn to do that.
Yeah.
Take 2 strain, get
for a
there,
maneuver.
so you have an action.
Yeah, I was gonna roll coordination to put him out.
I'm cool with that.
I've already stopped dropped. Just no rolling.
That die shouldn't be there. The force die shouldn't be there.
That's fine. So you get there, you run across the battlefield, you're winded, you're wounded, you get to him, and you kind of smother the flames on this guy's body.
And I'm like trying to shake him up, like, Malik, this isn't the time to be sleeping on the job. Hurry up! And I'm like patting out the flames and like looking like I don't think I'm paying attention to the battlefield.
Who's
I'm like
next?
maybe looking to like pick him up, fireman carry, basically.
All right. This isn't going to end well.
No,
No,
they're
but
both gonna.
I'm doing what she wanted, or what she was going to do. He saved her.
So the elites and flame troopers advance.
I mean, would they really even fire on me? I'm like, at this point, I'm defenseless. Well, I'm defenseless.
They'd advance on you. They give you a chance to surrender.
I think I like look over my shoulder and yeah, I think I'm gonna like just stand on guard. I mean, I'm not gonna let them kill Malik, but I'll stand over him and after I put him out, and I'll just look over my shoulder at the other people and just kind of say run and stand there with on guard basically. And I'm not gonna move forward to attack them, but
I mean, they were going. Unless you like surrender and go prone or something like that, they're going to shoot.
I think, well, with that, I guess she'll like kneel with her hands above her head after she puts him out. Like they probably say something like surrender, and then like I'm busy still putting out his flames, and they say it again, and I like look at him, and she like bites her lip and kind of growls, and then just puts her hands over her head.
Okay. And then it would be this E-Web who's just going to stay put, obviously, and this stormtrooper is going to move, and then another PC.
Let me go.
You can probably speed up the narrative at this point.
I'll do the same. I'm gonna say through the comm link, get the fuck up and run, bitch.
You just get like an incidental of run, I'll stall you time, just go. Aren't you the tactician?
Okay, so you still have a free maneuver, and Tess has a free maneuver off.
Let's
And then
let's drop the rounds and mechanics at this point. We all know how the battle's going, and so you guys, we have Malik and Europa that are pretty much surrounded by overwhelming forces. They're either going to submit or they'll be killed or in some way subdued. You have you have this squadron of guys and Tess and BB-8 and Quill kind of in the back of this village. They can go try to hide in the village. They can flee into the desert. There's really nowhere to go. It's kind of up to them what they want to do.
Well, I'm unconscious, so I'm subdued.
Yeah, and Alec's unconscious.
Yeah, I think I've made all notion of being subdued, unfortunately. Like,
yeah, Europa and Malak, this dynamite duo is up here getting captured. And it's going to be basically Tess, who's wounded, and Quill, what they're going to do.
Well,
So
Tess is frantically looking for a speeder, some sort of conveyance to get the hell out of here. And if that doesn't work, then she'll try and find somewhere to hide.
She doesn't see anything that's close by. And X.
Just gonna flee into the desert.
So you guys run out into the desert?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we didn't get very far. So you guys, out in the middle of the village, night continues to deepen, and a whole host of stormtroopers, flame troopers start laying waste to the village. And instead of Kylo Ren, there's Leia Organa kind of presiding over things, and they take Europa and Malak into custody. And Leia says, "Find the others. They have what we need, and destroy them. If these two know anything that we need to know, we have ways of making sure that the information comes into our hands."
Europa just kind of spits in her direction.
And Leia kind of takes Europa's hand, or face, kind of in her chin in her hand, and says, "Ah, ha, ha." He says, "I thought the resistance only ran with those weak fools, the Jedi." She says, "I sense much strength in you." Says, "I will enjoy our conversations very much."
And I sense a coward in you.
And Leia kind of just smacks her across the face and says, "Take them into custody." And she goes back to the shuttle. And Captain Phasma approaches her and says, "What of the others?" And she says, "Scour the desert and destroy them." All right, that's it. We didn't get near as far as I thought. That combat was not very good, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry.